The battle was over. The darkness had been defeated. The attacks had stopped. But God was not finished with Ton's story. For every year the enemy had stolen, God was preparing restoration. For every tear he had cried, God was preparing joy. For every battle he had endured, God was preparing a testimony. Months passed. Ton continued serving God faithfully. He remained committed to prayer. He remained committed to the Word of God. And little by little, doors began to open. A small business opportunity came his way. Then another. Then another. Customers increased. Recommendations spread. People trusted him because he was honest. And the blessing of God rested upon his work. Soon, what started small became a successful business. Whenever people asked him the secret of his success, he always smiled and said, "It is the grace of God through Jesus Christ." One Sunday after church, Ton met a young woman who loved God deeply. She was kind, wise, prayerful, and devoted to Christ. They became friends. They prayed together. They studied the scriptures together. And over time, their friendship blossomed into love. Ton knew God had brought her into his life. For the first time in many years, his heart felt whole again. The wedding day arrived. Family and friends gathered in celebration. The church was filled with songs of praise. Laughter echoed through the hall. As Ton stood beside his bride, he remembered the days of pain, the days of fear, the nights of spiritual warfare. And tears filled his eyes. Not tears of sorrow, but tears of gratitude. Because God had restored what darkness tried to destroy. But while Ton's life was flourishing, trouble was brewing in Lekki. Chief Olabisi began experiencing severe pain in his left leg. At first, he ignored it. He had money. He had influence. He believed the problem would disappear. But it did not. Day after day, the pain worsened. Walking became difficult. Sleep became impossible. And fear began creeping into his heart. Doctors examined him. Specialists ran tests. Hospitals searched for answers. Medication after medication was prescribed. But nothing worked. The condition continued to deteriorate. The flesh around his leg began to decay. His strength faded. And for the first time in his life, Chief Olabisi felt powerless. His businesses continued collapsing. Friends stopped visiting. Business partners disappeared. The people who once surrounded him vanished. The mansion that was once filled with activity became quiet. Very quiet. And as he lay awake at night, memories began flooding back. The faces of his father, his mother, his sister. The choices he had made. The darkness he had embraced. The brother he had tried to destroy. The guilt became unbearable. One evening, Ton's phone rang. The voice on the other end was serious. "Your brother is in the hospital." Ton became silent. For a long moment, he said nothing. Then he looked at his Bible. He remembered the teachings of Jesus. He remembered mercy. He remembered forgiveness. Slowly, he closed his eyes and whispered, "Lord, help me." The next morning, he prepared to visit his brother. To be continued.